Collective, good morning. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna go here too. So I have already publicly said on this platform that I do not read comments, I do not make comments, I do not do Facebook, Instagram. Spirit demanded that for this walk to occur that I have no networking, none. So because of that request, I honored it, but I see all these other readers completely upset because somebody has gone in either with probably fraudulently, can I say that right? Fraudulently representing me. It's not me. But because they hate me, you're taking it out on honest people. So just be aware, those people that have enjoyed their little tricks and trades of the network, that every fingerprint is there. And I hope, for the sake of this collective group, that that information is provided to them so that they can get a clear idea of what was happening. Because this is a spiritual attack, so we should not be surprised, right? Demon's gonna do what the demon's gonna do. Hey, so today, I'm supposed to talk about Abraham and how Abraham took his only child. His wife was barren for many decades, and he finally got a son, Isaac. And God asked him to do a pagan act, a witchcraft act, which this is Old Testament. This is before Jesus came to release us from curses, right? His death made it possible for people to read cards and not be cursed. So this is Old Testament. He's asking Abraham, the first father, hey, is this your first son? I want you to take him to the mountain and I want you to sacrifice him. Well, Abraham loved and obeyed God, and he listened to him. But he's walking up this mountain with Isaac. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Isaac going, well, where are we going, Daddy? And I mean, I can only imagine the feelings of that whole transaction, because he didn't want to do it. But he gets to the top of the mountain, and behind the brush, well, first an angel intercepted, because Abraham went as far as to take the knife and was ready to sacrifice his son. The angel intercepted, which is so amazing right now. And I feel like that's the energy right now too. There's some transition here. Before you take this knife, so yeah, before you take and do anything more drastic, the angel appeared and said, you don't have to do that. And a ram appeared behind the brush for the sacrifice. And because Abraham went all the way as far as to, to obey God, Alexa, play God is Gonna Hunt You Down. So he gets to that point and he gets stopped, and that God blessed him for it. God blessed him for listening to him. So that's kind of important, and I feel like some of you collective may have gotten to a point where, gosh, what else do I have to give for this to become reality in my life? Some of you have given up maybe custody of children, or given up, and that's hard because you're a mother or you're a father, and those are yours. Those are your babies. But you did what you had to do, and you just hope and pray there be a blessing out of it. And I'm here to tell you that there is a blessing out of it. So hang in there, okay? I'm going to tell you this too. You're like, hang in there. Yeah, right. It tears your heart out. You just tore your heart. I know. It's like God took all the things that you loved and held most dear. And he just wants to make sure that what you hold most dear is him, because he'll bless you for it. So I gotta get my cards. Hold on one second. All right, here's my cards. So a couple other things. First, may the blind see and the lame walk and the deaf hear, and all the confused be made clear today. And may we all choose God's love. Because there's this trail of tears that it's like a highway of tears. And for some of this unusual karmic retribution going on right now, because of all these little things that they've done, right? There's fingerprints on all of it. There's retribution for that. There's retribution for the honest lives that you disrupted, for the energy that they weren't doing anything but doing what they were called to do, and you went in and had to put your fingerprints on it. It wasn't yours to touch, that was God's. So there's retribution for that. So now there's this big highway of tears. Let's just say that, okay? So you can get on that highway of tears. It's like a ground zero, because a lot of us are at ground zero, right? But you have to repent. You have to say, yo, I did that person wrong. That was wrong of me. I shouldn't have even thought those thoughts or sent bad energy to that person. And if you recognize that and take responsibility for that and get on this trail of tears, you might just make it when this world transitions, because this world is transitioning. Okay, we are collecting information, we're collecting resources and valuable spiritual weapons to survive this change, and it's inevitable. So get on that highway, that trail of tears. Acknowledge what you've done. Take responsibility. God will bless you for it. Alexa, play Angel of the Morning. So collective, you have noticed that you've earned some stripes. You know you've earned stripes. Or maybe you didn't know, but you'll wake up one day and go, gosh, I have some spiritual rank now. And you do, and you should walk in it. Because it's a gift that money can't buy. It's a gift that I can't go to Albertsons and pick up off the shelf. It's priceless. It's a gift that money can't buy, and Spirit kept telling me that. So you have to acknowledge that, because your value has just increased, and you brought it down from the ethers. You brought it from a different dimension to here. So now it's material. So regardless if you are just going to a grocery store, that's the reality, is that you are a highly spiritually ranked individual, and you need to walk in that truth, and that goes with your I am. Spirit told me it's because you chose to plug in. You plugged in, and that's why you're getting blessed right now with those extra stripes. You plugged in to what Spirit was telling you and directing you to do. But like I said, there's a lot of this karmic retribution going on right now, where the fingers are pointed at you, or fingers are pointed at people that you associate with, because they're not happy. Nobody's happy when they're have to be held accountable, right? I did get a message for somebody about a receipt. You probably paid cash, and maybe you don't usually pay cash, but there's something about the time on that receipt. So I don't know if you go to the gas station or what have you, but there's something about the time on that receipt that'll help somebody. So maybe just keep them in your car for a while, after the dust settles, because this is a very transitional, pivotal, we're leaving one cycle going to another, so the energy's kind of bumpy. Anytime that we go into a new cycle, it can be a smooth transition, or it can be a really crazy one, right? So you just want to make sure that your ride is nice and smooth to this new transition. And I know it's going to be weird, right? Because some of you are at ground zero, and you're very spiritually gifted, and you're like, well, wow, I've got these 3 possessions I guess I'll take with me. Where am I going, right? Spirit says not to worry. He's going to guide the right people. He's had to do so much cleaning up, is what I'm getting from Spirit. There's been so much cleaning up the shit around you that you couldn't make a wise choice. So you just waited until that stuff was gone so that you could make a good choice. So you'll know, your intuition will tell you when it's valuable for you to go your new direction. So, but I'm just so, my heart goes out to all these people, because I'm sure that they were very good at what they did. Taking other people's information, logging in as them, and making all these comments on people's, and it's not me. I was told not to do nothing. So I was, I got on the internet to look up a few things for readings and things, but other than that, I didn't touch it. So, but just know, your fingerprints are on it, so they have the IP address, and, it costs to play Jungle Ball, okay? You've been playing Jungle Ball for a long time now, and I'm just letting you know. I tried to do a couple readings and said, look, there's this transaction you're about to do is not good. Don't do it. But they don't have to listen to me. They don't have to. They can do what they got to do to feed their families. That's what they're doing, right? They need the money. But I'm going to tell you, I didn't have any check this month, and I fed my family. It helps. He's 18. He has a Pizza Hut job, but we worked it out. And sometimes you do what you got to do, because you're a survivor, Spirit. It helps you be a survivor. So I think for most of you, you were so concerned about just getting it right that maybe you didn't even worry about the other stuff, which is exactly how Spirit wanted you. You just wanted to get it right. Okay? You did good. Awesome. Kick ass. Okay. So So we've got a judgment. That's so weird. I don't even look at these. And this is what's going on. Yes. Don't you love spirit? I was really paying attention to talking to you. I wasn't paying attention to the cards. So I didn't see any of this. Okay. Judgment. Judgment. Okay. Somebody's under judgment. This could be spiritual judgment. Spiritual judgment is a little bit different. You might call it like a sabbatical at home by yourself. That's a spiritual judgment because you're kind of confined at home alone. But it's a sabbatical. You're just taking some time out, taking time to tune into what's important, right? So, but this is judgment. And this could be on the material realm as well. There could be people that are having to answer some questions right now to take accountability for how they participated in a certain action. Because it looks like this is 8, right? Yeah, this is 8. Somebody's been working really hard on this judgment. So this file, like if you went to the dentist's office and you saw your file, you know about that thick. This file is probably about, I don't know, really thick. I'm just saying there's probably 2 or 3 of them. But there's a lot of work behind this file. So there's a lot of evidence, there's a lot of time and effort. This may, in your situation, be something that's been going on for a decade. It's that intense. And you've waited as well as you could. But I think what this is saying is that this is coming to the 3D now. This is the realization of some of these acts that were not very honorable. Or this could be work that you've done, and now you got the judgment in heaven that, yo, she gets 3 more stripes. Could be that too. So you are unconscious of air. So this is air of swords, king of swords. This is a masculine energy. You are probably unaware of some of the acts that were taken in justice on your behalf, maybe, that you are not aware of. Spirit wanted me to also thank you for not treating Spirit or law enforcement like your butler. Because I feel like they figured it out right away. The people that were kind of tuned into what was important weren't going to call the cops every 10 seconds to say, yo, this is what's going on. We didn't do that. We didn't call the police. We didn't call anybody. We just let it happen to us. So there is a reward in that for letting these people do their job, okay? This is where you are headed in this kind of this weight. I think you can wait well though, and I think if you look at how he's standing, kind of chill, like he's good with it. He's good either way, as long as it's nothing karmic that you've already destroyed. You are good either way. Okay, you don't want to deal with any of that stuff that you cut off. Okay, and you're just gonna, if you have to be in public with those people, you're gonna have to put on your best, like, I don't know, face, right? Like, just chill, you know, because you have to be in that group to get out of this and go forward. So do what you have to do, but know that you're fine. This waiting, you've waited well, obviously. This is just one more test, right? There's an ending, that's good, but we're moving toward a recognition, and that's you. So at the end of this cycle, someone's going to recognize, wow, okay, so I did all these things to this person who actually was legit in a good sense, right? That's what I kind of read from this. But maybe collective, this is saying you've ended the cycle, but please continue these gifts that you are so mastered. You've mastered it, okay? You knew when you were feeling low what to do. You knew what to do when your energy wasn't vibing, when you lost your voice. You knew what to do to get those energies back up to where it was a solid enough foundation that that's how you can walk now. Like even this morning, because of this transition, I couldn't find my voice. I tried to sing and I was like, oh my God, what octave is this? Because you've been attacked so much that, especially during a time of transition, you're going to have to re-ground yourself and find that energy, because you're like the last unicorn. And you gotta walk in it. That's just, you're a dying breed. You have to walk in it, because what you have is so special, and you need the world to see it. Okay. So there is a death. This could be a physical death. This could be a spiritual death. This could be a death to some of the things that you realize that, you know, I don't need them anymore. I'm okay. Like, there were some things that I used to always have to have. And I don't really have to have them anymore. They're not necessary. So it's kind of like that Virgo. I love Virgos because they're like, they always know it's not necessary. Okay. And that's kind of what you figured out. Like, this isn't really necessary for me. So that could be that, or this could actually be helping you with people or situations that are going to be there. Okay. And you don't have to worry about moving forward. And this is good because it's going to help this energy, okay? Because the more you run into, I don't really have a karmic card here, but the more you run into the karmics, the more you have to balance this. But if you can just walk in this naturally, this will be the best thing for you. This is what people think of you. Wow, we got a leader on our hands. Yeah, you're a leader. You knew what to do when shit didn't look right. Shit didn't seem right. Something wasn't right. And you pulled yourself away. That takes intuition. That takes inner wisdom, inner strength. You didn't go and call Aunt Susie or Aunt somebody, hey, is this how I should be right now? You didn't call anybody. You just said, look, this is what I've got to do. And that takes a lot of strength of characters. You didn't follow the pack of wolves, okay? And this was also lonely for you because I feel like you didn't have a pack of wolves to have your back, but Spirit's trying to tell me like that's what set you apart. So be grateful that you did isolate yourself and you did do what was right, because the pack of wolves may not be as big a pack when all is said and done. So that's good. This one, wishes and dreams. This is from your environment. This is from your environment. Somebody still wants to put their energy into the situation. And this could be a family member that needs to say a few things to you too, because they've noticed, like, wow, you did this on your own. How are you doing? They're worried about you. You know that you can send the most loving messages to this person just from inside yourself in your own place. It may not be the right time to do that physically, is all I'm saying. Some of you had to get restraining orders and things against people that you just didn't want to deal with. And that's probably the first time you called the police during all of this. So, FYI, this person's energy is around you. It may even be supporting you because they admire what you've done. They admire that you took faith in who you were. So, I just got a bird chirping by me. So somebody really admires you. So that's what this is about, is to just show, like, look, this is my true color. These are my stripes. What do you think now? Okay. This is the end. Is this. Because you have to walk into something. You probably have to walk into something that's doesn't have a lot of substance. Like, I'm just gonna say it's probably gonna be like one of those, like, oh, hey, come down here and meet us for pizza or what have you, or kind of just one of those, like, oh, it's no big deal, just come and meet us for whatever this invitation is. It's lighthearted, but because you've been through so much heavy stuff, you're gonna just really cross your T's and dot your I's, okay? You're going to ask this person for their blood type, their social security number, the driver's license. No. You're going to make sure that this person is legit before you do or go anywhere with anybody. Because you've been through too much. I mean, this is just what you've learned from Spirit. Like, if you're going to discern, you're going to discern. You're not going to half-ass this. This is no game, okay? Your life is real, and you are real. And so just be careful with this. It could be a really pleasant experience, but you don't want to be, and if you have to walk home from something, walk home, because God's looking down going, that's my girl taking her stand. So take your stand, okay? Don't mess up what has been so valuable for you, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. Other readers out there, I apologize. Good luck with all this shit. It was not me. I support you guys wholeheartedly. I think you're all amazing. I learned so much from all of you. So we'll just get the enemy back. We'll attack. We don't like to, but his fingerprints are everywhere. Or hers. I love you. Bye.